And we're live. Hello, everybody on the chat. Thank you for being here. Hello, Maree. Hello, Jazzy. How are you guys doing?
Yay. Hi, Lisa. Hi, everyone. We're doing great. Thank you. Jazzy's happy. We've got a beautiful gridding day tomorrow, which he just adores. He always demands to be in the middle of it all. So, yeah, we've got that happening. So, yeah. So how's it going over there? Anything interesting popping up?
Well, yes, there's a lot going on with our president or our president. They are, it's like news are coming out that they had major connections. They were embezzling money, and they had 16. When he was vice president, he created 16 companies, and yeah, so it's all coming out right now, and so that's why I had titled this if he's going to get impeached, because it seems like the information is coming out. So that's kind of what's going on over here. Also, there's something going on at the border. There's some type of, I'm going to say, rule that Trump put in place, and it was going to expire. And then all the, I don't want to call them aliens, but like, what's it called? Immigrants can come in without any issue. So, but my understanding is that they went ahead and just extended it, because it's over tonight or at midnight or tomorrow, something like that.
Interesting, isn't it?
But as you know, I don't keep track of the news, so that's why I don't know all the details, because I don't care. I try to stay in my 5D bubble, trying to, curtail all those things that are happening. But, in order to be somewhat informed for the show, I do, like an hour before the show, I'll try to just kind of scan through what's going on.
Yep.
To have an idea. Yeah.
So it's like just watching the movie for a little bit to see, what plot are we up to now?
Yeah. And I did want to talk to you about energies and upgrades coming in. What's the energy feeling like for you lately?
Yeah, look, it's still huge, even though, we had the two eclipses, and there's a lot going on astrologically, but just the frequency coming through. I know I've been going through some definite, it's not even an upgrade. It's like doing lineage clearing, but then just feeling like there's this whole new aspect coming in. So it's less of the old rebirthing type situation. And we're at this frequency, this vibration actually is allowing us to create from something new that's never been there before. So, and I feel it's that very close aspect of from source. When we are separated from source, it's almost like that beautiful space in between that first vibration as we were created. I feel it's in there. This is just what I've been seeing. So that's how I've been perceiving it. And I've had another friend say the similar thing. We hadn't talked about it, and she was saying something similar. So it's like definitely getting felt by others. So I don't know how everyone else is feeling at the moment, or, and I mean, some of the stuff I've been going through is really deep. But it's beautiful because it makes me vulnerable, and it makes me be comfortable in my vulnerability. Oh, goodness me. Sorry, it's my door. Yeah, there we go. Just perfect cue.
Right?
Right. So look, if
there's
others, are feeling that, don't be surprised. It's the opening of the heart more, and everything's going through that heart vibration. So don't be surprised if you have things that are triggering you, that then you go into this vulnerability and emotions. I was never someone that was easily emotional, whereas now I'm like, oh yeah, down they come, and it's just this thing. It's like crazy. So what about you?
So I am not necessarily feeling. I mean, I'm really sleepy right now, which I usually am not sleepy at this time of the day, but today's been just like really, really, really tired. And I feel like there's some upgrades happening that a friend of mine has been telling me. I don't know if she's here right now or not, but she was just telling me about these upgrades, really interesting upgrades. Like she could tell like her vision was getting better. So her glasses were kind of like, she's like, what's going on? I can't see with these glasses. And she takes them off and she sees better. Like, upgrades like that. So there's stuff happening. There's upgrades that are happening in us that we're not aware unless we're really in the now moment, right?
Yes.
So, but there is a lot of stuff going on right now, a lot of stuff going on and with the energy. And I also wanted to talk about Mercury retrograde because there's been a lot of discussion about it. And I don't know. I mean, you and I have been very forthcoming and clear about how we don't allow the astral energies that are out there to rule our life or to affect us in any way, because we create our reality, and we can quite easily say, I am not going to allow for those energies to affect me, so but there's just a lot of talk about Mercury retrograde and how it's affecting people and all this stuff. So guys, don't it doesn't have to affect you just because it's astral or it's astrological or whatever. It doesn't mean you create your reality. So take control of your reality, be the creator that you are, and just say, no, I'm not going to participate in this Mercury retrograde.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
No, look, and I do agree with that. I think if we're meant to be going through these shifts and changes from a really deep level, then we will. And sometimes, look, it will be triggered. Give me 1 second. I'm just going to shut that door.
Okay. So let us know, you guys, what if you're allowing things to, not allowing things to affect you, but if you see that the energies are affecting you, let us know in the chat too.
Yeah, for sure. But then also, how are we going to look at it? How are we going to respond to it? Are we going to then use whatever's going on within us and clear it so that, it could just be being used as a trigger? So that's how I look at it. And I go, oh, wow, this is going on. Okay, what am I going to work with here? So
absolutely. Absolutely. And that's part of being a creator, right? Part of deciding, well, what am I going to do with it, instead of just allowing for it to do stuff to you.
Yep.
Right?
And then react to it like,
exactly
with an old pattern. And sometimes what I've been finding is it's a really beautiful time to be able to go in and look at our patterning. And oftentimes what I'm finding is it's not me. This is for everyone. This is like, because the releases that I've been helping people with, or myself with, God wants to come through now. There's none of this mamby-bambying around with stuff. God says, I'm coming in. And I've seen what's been going on for people. It's changing their brain. It's just incredible, and changing the wiring in the brain. This beautiful consciousness of God that I call God, source, universe, whatever. Yeah, so that's what I've been finding. It's really powerful.
Yeah, for sure. Okay, all right. So I would like to ask the question, if the information that has come out is the information that will finally put an end to this charade that is going on with our president.
Yes. Well, we know it's all events, don't we? All events. And then what the response is to that event. So let's just tune in and see what's going on. Is this a big aspect or a big event that will actually help to change things up? Cool. The first card up is our Five of Pentacles. So this is how everyone's been left out in the cold. It's been pretty tough with, that certain person in that position, but change is definitely happening. This is what the five's about. So, and that one's hot. Yeah. So again, the Four of Cups to me is something's being offered, but it's not always what we exactly want. So there could be some things that are lined up in this situation. It might take a little bit more time than maybe what we were hoping to actually set the scene. Yeah, but don't worry. Our Nine of Swords, there's no worries. It is still, we know it's going to actually shift and change. Page of Pentacles. So to me, this can often represent, it's either this is another small step towards really exposing everything, and also bringing through a message of change in reality. So it's something new. So yeah, so it's definitely going to have an impact. It doesn't look like it's going to be like the moment, the black swan event, whatever people want to call it, but it's definitely playing a part in it.
Okay. So my understanding was that hold on, I don't want to sneeze. That the Chinese elders wanted to have him out of power before they would release the funds.
Okay.
So is this being managed or being orchestrated by the Chinese elders that are in charge of this whole RB process?
So are they the ones that have got influence in what's going on? Let's just see if that's the case. Yes, it's you. It doesn't look like it. Again, because that Two of Swords, it can be a question that's being asked and then a no. Nine of Wands, they're just a step or a process in what's going on. So that Nine of Wands is always about the journey that's been happening. So they are a part of it, but they don't have the control. Eight of Cups. Yeah, they want exactly what you said. So this is walking away from a situation, looking for something new. So they're actually, they want to be all of that gone before things really happen publicly, is what I'm getting. Yeah. So this is not going to come out to the world until those events have happened, and they are a part of it, but they're not the ones controlling it. Okay. So it's, yeah, because it's too big. It's too big than just one group to have control over something. I can see it like a network.
Yeah. Well, my understanding was that the Chinese elders were the top of the top of the top, like as in over the Illuminati, over the Cabal, over all of it. And that they had gotten sick of how it had turned out, how everything had turned out. And so they wanted to take the control away. They had gotten too powerful, the bad guys. And so the Chinese elders wanted to change that and flip the script.
And I was pulling cards as you were saying that. And so Six of Pentacles is coming up. So yeah, they want to offer something different. They want it to happen really quickly because that Eight of Wands is a very fast action card. Let's just see. Yeah, that one wants to come up. However, they needed help. Even they needed to have a lot more aspects with the actions they needed to take. So it's taken longer than what they wanted, or it's had to be done in a way where they got more support than they thought they'd need. Because that Nine of Wands is coming up again, which is the journey.
Yeah.
So nearly there. The 9 is it's nearly there. It's not at the 10 yet.
Okay. All right. So then the answer was that he won't get impeached, but that it will create some sort of movement or energetic.
It's a part of it. Yeah. He may very well get impeached, but that can take time as well, remember. So let's just check to see if there'll be an arrest with it rather than an impeach. You know what I mean?
Okay, yeah, maybe he will.
Because it's completely different. Yeah. So will there be an arrest? There could be. So it's because that Ace of Wands has come up. So to me, that's a positive action. So it could be different. Oh my gosh! Now we've got our Ace of Swords.
Oh my God!
So it's going to happen.
Those are huge, huge, huge cards.
In the question and the way we're asking it, absolutely. Yeah, but Four of Swords, there's still stuff hidden that's not yet ready to come up.
Yeah.
So, but yes, there will be an arrest per se.
So it looks like he will be arrested before he gets impeached. So the rest looks like it will be what we will see.
Yes. So even if, because the impeachment, like it can draw out for such a long time. So let's just see what happens first. And it'll be really interesting to see if there's a stack of events first. I mean, with everything that's happening financially, everything else is going on. I've always felt that almost needed to come down on his watch.
Mm-hmm.
So that's, that's why there's stuff that's still hidden from what
Yeah.
the cards are saying. Yeah. And then once that has happened, then there can be balance and then things can move on, because that Chariot card. Yeah.
Okay.
Queen of Pentacles, having a look
So,
at our reality, our financial situation.
okay. So then will the public be made aware of the arrest?
Yeah,
If
it's a space
he,
cadet, Lottie.
if the MSM is in charge still, will the public be made aware?
Yeah, let's have a look and see. So, I mean, of course, we sort of know that things have already gone down in that department.
Right.
But but publicly, let's have a
Yes.
look and see.
That's the key.
Yeah, it is, isn't it?
Yeah.
Okay. Oh, that one wants to come out. Yes, it looks like it, because we've got our 5 of Cups, we've got our Judgment card together. So, there's going to be a lot of grief for him, people that liked him, people that maybe liked that particular party. There's definitely going to be judgment, Space Cadet Lottie. So it is going to come out public. They're working on it. We've got our 8 of Pentacles, so they're still working. Where's it going to fit in? It's all about the timing. It's like in any good movie, you need to have everything happening at the right time to draw it out. So
Yeah.
yeah.
So
Yeah.
is there I don't know if this guy is a clone or a mask, because I've seen pictures of him that were like with a mask stuff like sticking
Yes.
out like in the back.
Yes.
So I'm trying to think of like how that would work, because
well,
it's not even him. Like what would, like, I don't understand how this would work, because it's not even the real Joe.
No, I
It's
know.
a
So
guy wearing a mask.
I guess though what people look at is the whole persona, is the whole they attach something to that person. So it doesn't matter if they're real or not, there's this belief system or there's this attachment to that figurehead. So, and so that's, it won't matter. I mean, that they'll just take him off the scenes, and then who knows if they've got footage from previously, of when things really went down. So
Yeah, well, Maple Tree's asking perhaps the real one is dead, and I believe that's the case.
yeah,
He was taken care of a while back.
yeah,
So
yes,
what you're seeing is a guy wearing a mask.
yes.
Mm-hmm.
Absolutely. And so many of them now, it's obvious, like, I mean, even Camilla, they were showing, there was that neckline. So, yeah, so it's more than we probably even realize.
Yes.
So,
yes.
Yeah. So it's more the statue that they've had, the family, their history, his political history. That's what people perceive.
So if he's not the real, Brandon, then that means they can arrest him, because even if a sitting president can't be arrested, it's not even him.
Yeah, exactly. And, but that's what I mean. I mean, how do we know how it's going to go down?
Yeah.
I mean, people might demand it. This is the thing.
Yeah.
So, and because, hang on a minute, I just got something. It was when he was vice president. So these go back. So whether they use that as an aspect of being able to get around this, and who knows, maybe he'll step down first because of illness or something. So he's not the sitting president. We don't know. This is where the little twists and plots come in, because they're doing everything as much as they can legally, right?
Yes,
So,
but that means that Kamala would take over.
Not necessarily, because it's funny because I knew nothing about US politics or anything, but I think the Speaker of the House can like either be or choose, I think. So, because then we've got our King of Pentacles. So this is like a master creator. So they know what they're doing and they know how to get around all of this stuff. So strength. Yeah, look at that. So this is actually, they're going to play the strength to their strengths as to how to change this up and shift this up. So, and it's all been planned for a while, because that 7 of Pentacles has come up, planting seeds, waiting for things to come through at the right time. So I think it'll be ingenious as to when it happens, as to how it happens.
Yeah. Yeah, it's definitely a movie. There's no question about it. But
Yeah. And what if it comes out that he's actually not sitting president? What if something actually comes out about, continuancy of government, all of that sort of stuff?
mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. So that's big. That's what we're waiting on, is
Yeah.
for this guy to be taken down.
Yeah. 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 But I think there's some other things that need to play out first.
Yes. Yes.
But yes, that will
Yeah.
be a definitely, oh, I better sit down and watch this one moment. There's a few things I'll go, yes, I'm allowed to watch that because that will be entertaining.
Right, exactly.
Yeah.
Well, that definitely would raise our vibration, that's for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah, I love it. Yeah. All right, everybody. So I don't necessarily have any more questions about Brandon.
Yes.
So we are going to go ahead and do the reading now. So if you put 888 on the chat, we'll do a reading, and also start putting some here. We'll do Kat's question. I was going to tell you guys to start putting questions on here. So while you guys put the 888s on there, we can ask this question about DeSantis just signed an immigration law. I don't know the details other than it goes against what's in place right now. I don't know if it's that let's see. I don't know. But
so is he sort of saying people can come in freely? Is that what
no,
he's sort of
the opposite.
So he's saying we need to keep it very strict.
I believe so.
Okay, so he's sort of going with what Mr. T had put up in his law. Because that it might have been when they were going to change that around. Did he step up then and do something for Florida?
Yes, I think so.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Okay. So let's have a look and see what he's doing. Yeah, if we can get any information on that. Oh, okay, you're hot. Gosh, I had to go right to the end this time. Wow, so 5 of Wands, which is bringing attention to something through action and change. So he's deliberately done this. Look, 5 of Pentacles. So it's, again, change around a reality, around the situation. And this is really causing people to ask questions. Mm-hmm. So I feel that's his job at the moment, is what he's doing, is literally that, is actually making people look at things and yeah. So that one's hot. I want to bring that there. 3 of Cups. So there's somehow this is actually going to bring about like a celebration of sorts, because it's making people think when they're seeing someone take action like that creates change and then changes a reality. It's actually a positive thing, is what I'm getting from these cards. So that's, So he's doing it because I think it's just part of moving everything along.
Okay. All right. Interesting. Okay. So the 888 I saw was Trigel.
Yay.
Yay, Trigel.
Hi, Trigel. Okay. Let's have a little look for you. I'm just going to shuffle and then we'll pop these down for you, and then I'm just going to tune in. Okay. So just tuning in through my higher self, into your higher self. Okay. So anything that's coming through for you at the moment, let's just see what the cards say. Oh, that one's hot. Yeah.
While you do that, I'm going to look to see what I wrote down.
Yeah. So we've got our Knight of Cups. Now, this is someone bringing us a message, and it can be a little bit of it's an emotional support almost coming through, and then the World. And when I was tuning in, what I was seeing is that it's like you've been looking around at what can I do, what's something that I want to do, and it was like you're in your head about it though, which is great, but you were looking at everything. But don't get too caught up in your head when you're doing these things, Ace of Pentacles, because it's going to come through for you. It's like you're just going to know it. So you're going to be presented with something and you're going to go, that's it. So you don't have to get too worried about trying to find whatever it is you're looking for at the moment, whether it's spiritually, whether it's on a physical level. It's just going to come to you, judgment, because this is something I believe that is actually a part of what your soul wants to experience. So 6 of Wands, we've got our victory card for you, my love. So this is really awesome. So I just got straight away, it was like I saw your mind just going round and round. It was like, you don't have to do that. It's going to come to you. So this is what, and it might just start with a message or a little bit of a, have a look at this. So just trust what you're getting intuitively, and then it's like it will open up something for you. So yeah, so just trust yourself. But they're really lovely cards to get. So just confirming. So if you are looking for something, it's going to almost be handed to you, so you don't have to stress about it.
Nice. All right, Teresa. Has Thoth been removed from our existence realm, or due to his negative actions against humanity involving our memories and realities?
Okay.
Yeah, so negative actions. I did not know he had negative actions against humanity.
Can we check to see if that's the case?
Yeah, of course.
First, yeah. So Teresa, I'll just check in, but we'll just see what the cards say as to if he actually did have negative actions towards humanity, or if it was for a bigger, greater good, because that can sometimes be the case as well. Let's just see. Did Thoth have an intention of negativity? No, again, we've got that Knight of Cups. And to me, this is someone bringing through a message or whatever. So his intention was always to bring through messages for humanity or to help humanity. The Hierophant, this is someone in a position of power and authority. And of course, some people can see this as someone that might have been controlling or changing it up. And then the 10 of Cups. So his intention was to actually bring through an emotional joy, a happiness, a growth. Sometimes this can also be a little bit, is it real or is it not real? But his intention was actually okay. So, and then, so don't worry, 9 of Wands, the unnecessary worry card. So whatever his actions were, however they've been construed by people or misconstrued by people, you don't have to worry. He actually did have good intentions for us or for himself, and he was part of it all. So we can ask to see if he's still, if anything's happened, if he's in his realm still, if you like, we can check on that.
Yeah. Has he been removed from our existence or realm?
Okay, let's just see. Okay. I'm getting no, but there's a transformation. Like with all of us, we're all transforming, aren't we, and changing and shifting, and so is he. But yeah, no. So 7 of Wands, this to me is fighting for your rights and taking action to actually keep that, to keep yourself in the right place, getting what you want. And then the Justice card. So I feel, of course, we're all beings. We're all going to be evolving consciously at some level. So no, he's not been taken or left the realm. He's also, of course, evolving and more, coming into a more expanded consciousness.
Okay. All right. Very good. That makes sense.
Mm.
Okay. Maple Tree, did the Earth originally had 4 seasons, or was it modified to have 4 seasons?
Oh, good question, Maple Tree.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, let's just see what our cards tell us about our seasons. So, I mean, because some places literally don't have seasons. If you're sort of closer to the equator,
In Florida, we don't.
We do, but then they're pathetic. Like, really, we don't have seasons either compared to a lot of places here. So it's very much more temperate. Okay, wow. So we've got our Page of Cups. He's someone that brings forth a message. You can see he actually offers, again, something for us. But it's something we're learning. And then we've got our 4 of Wands. So I feel that there could have been something that was a much more temperate way of being, just from those 2 cards coming through together like that. Yeah. And we didn't have 4 seasons because that 2 of Swords has come up again. So this is something that's been changed. So it was more temperate. It was kinder. It was more relaxed, chilled out, all of that sort of thing. So it's a really good question. I'd love. I mean, maybe it was more like what. Yeah, maybe it was more like what we've just been talking about, Elisa and I, with where we live. It's very temperate and it's very lush. Like you can grow things all year round. And the Ace of Pentacles came up for that.
Yeah. So they're definitely, I think they're controlling the weather under the dome, right? Because the dome is in the same area as the rest of that land that is not under the dome. So I would think that it's being controlled under the dome.
So look, wouldn't it be wonderful if you could just grow food all year round without having to worry about how much rain you got or anything like that? Yeah.
So I do have a question that my best friend asked me, and he was asking if spell casting, when we say, oh, I am X years old, I'm 53 years old, saying that you're old instead of 53 years young, saying that, is that actually aging you when you are using those words when somebody asks you your age?
Yeah, look, it's a really good point. And it's funny because this has been an aspect that's been coming up for me with all the lineage work I've been doing. And I was like, well, do I even want to celebrate birthdays anymore? Or could I just have a party, get all my friends together just to celebrate me and being alive and enjoying this world and being healthy and vibrant, rather than it being an age birthday, exactly what you're talking about. So, and I've actually got a friend and she refused to tell anyone her age. And she looks so young. It's incredible. Like she's told a few close ones of us, but she just refuses. She said, ever since I was a child, I've known we didn't have to age. We didn't have to get old. So she's always had this knowing. So she's actually, she'll celebrate her birthday, but again, it's that joy of, having this beautiful time on earth. So let's ask the question, is it a form of spell casting that we've all just taken on board? Yeah, it's something that's been integrated. The Lovers cards come up. So it's definitely something that has been integrated into our psyche. So, and our words are really powerful, aren't they? Especially when we, even if it's subconscious, they're so powerful. Yeah. So, but we can change that. Look at that 3 of Cups. So that celebration of life rather than age is absolutely. Oh my gosh, now we've got the 2 of Cups. Look at all these beautiful coming together. So yeah, it was absolutely put into our psyche, but we can change this up, guys. 3 of Cups, 2 of Cups. This is all beautiful celebration of life, of sharing, of joy. So yeah. Exactly
So
what
if
you're
somebody
saying.
asks you your age, from now on you're going to see your blank years young.
Yes,
not
exactly.
old,
Or
young.
just say, the other one I say a lot is, oh, I'm eternal. I'm millions and millions of experiences. I've had millions of experiences and I'm eternal. So, you can talk about it from a soul point of view. So yeah, and that's what the 10 of Wands is all about, is when we can stop this. Like this is the last step we need to do to take that action. Our bodies, like, apparently, like we completely rejuvenate every 7 years. Every cell in our body is regrows, and even overnight you have millions and billions of new cells. So how are we talking to them?
Yes.
Yeah. It's a really good question. And so yeah, there has been definitely some work on our psyches with that one.
Well, yeah, absolutely. The English language was created specifically. There were so many words that are out there to control, like the good morning. We're mourning, like we're, mourning a death.
Hell. So, I just go hi now because it's hi.
Yeah. There's so many words that were created, like, again, and I've talked about this, the word forecast, right? You're casting like what's going to happen in the future. So it's casting a spell on what's going to happen in the future. So that's why the word forecast, right?
Yeah.
So it's all these words that were created to control us and to spell cast. and we're not even knowing that we are.
Exactly. It's so true. And I just noticed something from Wolf Love. I say grand rising. That's gorgeous.
Yeah, grand
Grand
rising, good
rising.
day, like they say in Australia. Good
Yeah.
day,
G'day.
good day.
G'day.
Yeah, yeah,
True,
yeah.
true. Yeah,
So
yeah,
having that awareness of those
yeah.
words that are out there, that I would like for people to start bringing up to our attention, because sometimes I feel like there's words out there that I haven't even thought about that we're still using, that we're not paying attention. Like
Exactly.
hello, like you just said hello, and it's like, oh shoot.
Yeah, yeah. And what about birthday? Do you know why they said birthday? It's
Mm.
BERTH because of our straw man. You know how they made us a straw man and we were
Hmm.
born at sea. We weren't born on the land, and that's why it's a birthday, because a boat births on the water. So everything about that is
Oh,
around this straw man situation and us being owned by corporations, etc., etc.
yeah.
So everything, it's crazy when you really look at it. They've done a fabulous job. They're
Mhm.
very clever.
Yeah, for sure. And again, I mean, we created them in our reality to create that experience for us. So,
Yes.
I mean, kudos to them for doing such a good job.
Well, actually, kudos to us because we've been them. We've had experiences
Yeah,
in
we're
lifetimes.
them. Yes.
So, we've set this up to play in. It's a
Yeah.
gigantic playground.
Yeah.
And so how can we judge anyone? Yes, of course we don't condone certain behavior and we help others or whatever, but yeah, it's we cannot judge.
Yeah. Yeah.
So
Yeah.
it's a hard one, but once you know it, you go, "Oh, yeah, I've been that, and I'm choosing not to judge my behavior.
Yeah.
I'm going to forgive myself or forgive that behavior." So,
Well, yeah, I mean, it's again, it's the understanding that they're there to create a specific experience for you. That's what they're there to do.
yes.
So,
Yeah. It's
okay.
crazy.
Um, this is an interesting question, and I am
Okay.
gonna would like to definitely find out
Okay.
what the answer is.
Let's see what the cards say. It's hot. Yeah. Interesting. It's interesting because the high priestess has come up, and this means that there's definitely a hidden aspect. There's a veil over whether Thoth was an Anunnaki, and the King of Swords. So very powerful with words. So I'm just going to ask. Wow. However, the Three of Cups again has come up, and I always see this as a celebration. So even if he was associated with, it was done in a way again with that intention that was for our benefit. So because I've always had the sort of understanding or knowing that as in everything, there's always you've got your duality. So not all of the Anunnaki were, there to just create chaos. So
Right.
it looks like there was some sort of hidden connection there, Maple Tree.
So there is a connection to the
There's a
Anunnaki.
connection. Two of Cups has just come up, and this to me is relationships coming together. So there was definitely some sort of agreement or whatever. So maybe, who knows? Maybe he just worked with them to help guide a bit more or to whatever. We don't. Yeah, there was definitely an association. Maple Tree. It's not saying that he was one, but there's an association.
Maybe he worked with them. He
That's what
didn't,
that
he
Two of
wasn't
Cups.
one of them, but he
Yeah,
worked with them.
he had
Okay,
a
so
relationship.
that's yeah, that's what that okay. Okay,
Yeah,
that makes sense. Yeah.
yeah.
Okay. Okay. So then is Thoth now incarnated on Earth? But I don't know, do you want to
Mm.
ask this as in Thoth as himself or as someone else?
Well, to me, Thoth can come through to our realm. Um,
Through
yes,
portal or
but
whatever.
to me, he's always been in a different dimensional realm.
Yes.
From what I understand, he was incarnated on Earth, but again had the ability to transform, what's the word when you go, from one plane to another or one realm to another. So he was a traveler as well. So I can ask if he's physically incarnated on Earth at the moment.
On our dimension.
On our.
In our dimension, I would ask.
In our dimension, physically, or because there's still dimensions that we can get in, we can actually go to as well that Thoth can be a part of. So.
All right. Well, let's see what it says just to that specific question then.
Okay.
Yeah, and I'm going to mute real quick so I can drink this.
Okay. Yeah. So it depends, because the first card up was the Queen of Cups. So she's contemplating something. It's an emotional connection. And it's a little bit turbulent, so there can be some sadness with it. But then we got the Ace of Pentacles. So he's still available to us, but he's not physically incarnated, because that Two of Swords came up again. So we can be connected.
We can call upon him and he can connect with him.
Yes. But there's not that physical, like you and I, we can, do the physical.
All right. Trijo has a question. Will the Earth be going back to a more temperate climate?
Right. Let's just see. I mean, gosh, at this point of time, anything's possible, right? It's all pretty crazy.
It's getting interesting.
Oh, it's getting interesting, and I love it. Okay, let's just, that one's hot. You want to come out. All right. Ha, this was so hot. That'd be a yes, Triangle. That's an Ace of Pentacles.
Yay.
So, and that was so hot, I couldn't go past it. So, and I'm just see it. So, yeah, that one's hot too. Yeah, it's been tough. That Nine of Wands, it's been a really tough road for everyone. And it's amazing we're still standing, but a lot of secrets have been kept from us. That Four of Swords, there's been a lot hidden about this.
Yes, and I keep saying it. I don't know if we talked about this, that I was saying that the deserts, there are deserts for a reason. They don't want people there.
Look at this, the Five of Cups, which is in a desert. And this is the grief card. So I think
bad things happen in the desert. Yes.
Well, they've made, I know, apparently Central Australia was lush. It's now all desert and plains.
Yes.
Ace of Swords, that's confirming everything we're talking about.
Yeah. So something's up with the deserts and why they don't want people there, for sure.
Yeah.
Because that's not normal. That's just not normal.
No. And even underneath there's rock, up in the Northern Territory in Australia, that's all very, very, desert with this massive rock. And apparently there was a lot that went on underneath that.
I am sure.
Yeah. I mean, it's the solar plexus of the earth. That's the chakra it holds. That's the empowerment center. You think they're not going to be mucking around with that one? Mm-hmm.
Yeah, for sure. For
Good
sure.
question, Drago.
Yes. All right. Will the coronation transfer of power impact the entire world?
Okay, so I'm presuming this is about Kingy. Is that right? Is that the question? So I'm just going to ask that. I mean, I don't really quite know what you mean, but I'm going to ask the question and see what the cards bring up. Oh, okay. Okay. So the Three of Pentacles has come up. To me, this is a contract. This is something that is being organized and orchestrated. So it's actually
part of the movie, right?
Yeah, the Hermit. It's not what we think. This is much more inward than what we think, the actual effect of it. Because to me, that Hermit is taking everything inside. The Lovers, it's been orchestrated. So I don't feel it is going to impact the entire world per se, not with these cards. They're too internal. King of Cups, oh my gosh, you're going to love this one. He, to me, is my tricky king. He's hiding something under his cloak. So it's something's been done that's tricky. And it's, maybe when it comes out, that will impact the entire world, when something is actually brought out to people's, into their line of vision. So the King of Swords. So this is someone that speaks truth and is a master of speaking truth, storytelling. So when the truth comes out, that's when the impact will happen, Space Cadet, I reckon.
Okay. Very good. All right. I think I need to reword this a little. Are all of the languages on Earth based and from ET humans?
Okay.
Okay. So I think the question was if the languages on Earth were based on ET, like
Yeah.
did it come from the ETs?
Yeah.
But wouldn't we have to ask about each specific language to answer that, or?
Well, it's interesting because I did years and years ago, I read something because I was doing light language and I was just fascinated with the frequency and energy coming in with the light language. And I read somewhere that all of the different languages on earth, it was separated. We were all taught different languages or whatever to keep us separated. However, when all the languages on earth get put together, it turns into light language. So it's like,
Oh,
yeah, so it's just beautiful to think of it like that. So and when I'm doing light language, I know that it's talking to people's souls, and it can come from different aspects of different ETs. I can actually feel the difference when they're coming through, and people say, "Oh, wow, that felt really different," or whatever. So I maple tree, yes, I do actually feel that, but it's been distorted. So of course they could use it as separation, so that there wasn't that communication between different races and places. So yeah. So it is
okay.
based. Yeah.
Okay, very good. Let's see. Um, Question about the dragons have returned. Is that an indication the dark elements that they left because of are no longer here?
Okay.
Good question. Are they back because the dark elements have left?
Yeah. Well, just remember, we were also the dark elements in our duality. So as our consciousness expands and we become more connected to source, then that shifts, a lot of the dark elements as well. I mean, we were everything. So let's have a look
Yes.
and see if that's the case. Or you want to come out. Yeah. Yeah, so we've got our beautiful Knight of Cups again, which is sort of bringing through a message, an emotional message, and it's gentle to me. It's going to take time, but yeah, because yeah, exactly what you're talking about with those dark elements, they had to change. So and a lot of times people call dragons the reptilians, and so there's been a lot of confusion as well. Well, not confusion, but just how they've been described. But yes, that energy, and we're becoming more in tune and in touch with our own dragon energy, which you remember is our beautiful, powerful, divine aspect of us as well. So definitely.
All right, very good. So I want to give everybody homework for the next show on Monday of next week. I want you guys to bring words that you found that are spell casting us. Okay, so that's our homework for next time, to bring so that we can make each other aware of these words that are being put out there, that were put out there to spell cast us. So
Yeah,
let's see what you guys can come up with. Okay, Trigel
definitely.
has an awesome question, which is: were the deserts ancient cities before they were
Yes. Oh,
before the
that's
resets?
it's interesting because I was just reading something not long ago, and they were saying that our world wars that we had, a lot of it was to actually get rid of a lot of these buildings, like so they could actually wipe Tartarian buildings off the planet, so we weren't so just ask questions about them. So all right, let's have a look. The deserts, ancient cities before the resets. Oh, you're very hot and you want to come out. Not you. Okay. Two of Cups, there was definitely something, that was had come together, that was, working in service. Oh my gosh, then we've got our transformation card. There was definitely something that could have very much been like beautiful dwelling places and cities. And yeah, and it was worked on for a long time. I think they're still working on stuff. I still think they're sort of trying to get rid of things and whatever. So, and that's been their strategy, because we've got our Seven of Swords. So what can we take away from here? What can we change so people don't know or have the wisdom of our history and our ancestry? So, yeah, it looks like, Triangle, that there very much could have been beautiful places and dwellings and cities there.
Mm-hmm. Well, the Bryce Canyon, where I went and I found the city, and I think I showed you guys.
Yes,
I
you
think
did.
you did the cards on this city, right? And I had sent it to Honey Golden, and she said that it was a city, 10,000-year-old city that had been melted down.
Yeah, because remember, they went through the liquefaction with there was electricity. All the energy that came through was all natural, but everything melted. There's buildings. I used to follow this guy that would do photos of buildings that had melted, and all that was left was like, the turret, because apparently it melted almost from the bottom up. It's fascinating. So that makes so much sense.
Yeah, yeah. It's
Wow.
so interesting.
Yeah.
So hold on. Did I ask you the question? I did, right? About the desert.
Yeah.
So, and so Maple Tree's also asking about the deaths, if they were also forests in the desert. I mean, I would
Yeah.
think so, right?
Well, that's what they were saying, that Australia shows signs of that middle part of it just being lush, like truly lush. So let's just have a look and see if that's the case. If yeah, before we've got our Five of Wands, so this is where there's been action taken to change things.
Yeah.
And again, things have really, it's been deep what they've done. Wheel of Fortune, big changes. Yeah, stuff has actually changed and shifted from what it was. Maple Tree. Yeah. So, but Temperance has come up, which I love, because this is the card of patience, but it's the card of change through the higher realms. So it's still telling us that there's going to be some changes on Earth, and with all the new technology that will come out, who knows, maybe they'll be able to take water and everything into these areas, and then that will start to actually be able to revive itself, and like when you have a terrarium, so anything's possible. I just know now that anything's possible.
So let me ask you something. Being that I live on the East Coast of the United States, are we going to have hurricanes this year, or are the good guys now in charge of or control of the hurricane producing equipment?
Like, yeah, okay, gotcha. Well, I think, I don't know if I told all you guys on here, but I was telling Elisa, 4 days I haven't seen a chemtrail. It's blue skies here. I cannot remember the last time that has happened. And I'm not getting the little skin irritations that I used to get when I do see them now. Like, it's all gone. And I'm just like, this is crazy. So there's something that's changed. And even energetically, I've been feeling it. So let's just see if that's what you're asking is the case. Oh, okay. That one's hot. We've got our Hermit card, so it's definitely been a change. There's been a deep internal change. Ace of Pentacles, which is really positive. All right. I feel there's going to be natural things that the earth is doing, more so now than what was done to us before. Yeah, Page of Pentacles. So something new in our reality is being started, and it's just small steps at a time. But it looks like it's definitely changed. So yeah, the moon, because the moon is when something's out of place. So to me, that's been changed. So that aspect that was there has been changed.
Okay.
Yeah.
So do you get a feeling then that there won't be?
There still will be, but it'll be nature's way. It'll be a lot.
But not man-made or man-created?
No.
Okay. Well, knowing Well, were hurricanes ever naturally made?
Did
I
the
would think
earth?
that hurricanes were always man-made.
Well, if they've changed our weather, if our whole weather and everything has been changed up, then I guess you could call them man-made. But I guess this aspect of the earth is actually trying to deal with that energy as well. Let's just have a look and see if it was actually all man-made. It was certainly what they desired. It was certainly something they desired to create chaos. Look at that. And of course, water, hurricanes, it's always emotion. Water is emotional. They wanted chaos for sure. Yep. It was created. I feel though that the earth obviously has to be able to deal with all of this going on through the elements. So
Mm-hmm.
she will create what she needs now, is what I'm getting. But they wanted this. Yeah.
Yeah, and a cat was saying that I should do a Zoom, but I don't have Zoom anymore, so I can't do a Zoom with all of us. Unfortunately, I don't have that account anymore.
Mm.
So Kibu has a great question about Petra. It was in the
Mm.
middle of the desert, and people claimed in ancient times it was a thriving merchant meeting point. Interesting.
Yeah, it is interesting. And Kibbo, it's really, I've always had this fascination with Petra. I haven't been
Hmm.
there. And I just go, oh, I just love to go there. I can just feel the energy of the place. There's definitely amazing energy there. So let me just see if it was actually a thriving, again, another thriving sort of ancient city. Oh, look at that, King of
Yes.
Pentacles. Absolutely. Absolutely. Master creator. It was. And this is what happens as soon as we start talking about a place, I start to feel the energy and it's so tingly. It's crazy. So, yeah, the star. So, this was actually a beautiful place as well where there was a lot of connection into source. So, yeah, Two of Cups again. Beautiful, really gorgeous creation between people, a
Yeah.
relationship. Yeah, really positive place. Kibao, Six of Wands. It's a victory card. And look, people in the background. So it's definitely, definitely a very special place.
Okay. All right. Wow. All right. Let's see. Trigel has another one that we can fit in there. Were energy
Oh,
weapons used on the lost cities?
interesting. Okay. Let's just see if it was
Like
specifically.
Mohenjo-Daro melted down.
Yeah, well, this guy I was following, he was saying that they actually had, you know how you see like the Arc de Triomphe, and it's like a battery. They say it would hold all the frequency because they would get their energy from the etheric field, and that's what the
Mm.
cathedrals were called cathedrals, because they had these things called cathodes in them, and
Hmm.
and you know this, and they had the little pipes that actually then would convert this into energy. So what they did to sort of tell us that no, there's none of this going on, they put glass in, because as soon as you cover them up, then they don't bring the energy through. So and they say there was a corruption within that energetic system that then somehow caused the melting. But let's just see if it was done deliberately. It looks like it. That, yeah,
Wow.
yeah, it was something, was, a little bit maybe like Atlantis, where there was some little spikes or spokes put in the wheels so it went off
Uh-huh.
balance. And King of Cups, there was definitely some trickery going on from people in power.
Yeah.
How fascinating. I'm going to also ask, yeah, Nine of Wands. It created a lot of problems. I'm going to ask also if it was also a part of like a natural time of change. You know how they say we do have resets and things. Who knows? But I just want to know if it was actually also a natural time of change. That could have been an aspect of it, because we've got our King of Pentacles. So it looks like things were put into place to make sure that maybe the worst possible damage could happen, but it was definitely part of something bigger.
Wow.
Fascinating question. Love it.
Yeah. Wow.
Yeah.
Hope that one day we get to find out where or what or why,
Yeah,
you know?
yeah, exactly.
Interesting.
So, yeah,
All right. Well, today's been fun as always. Thank you,
it's
everybody, for your questions and participation. We are so grateful. We love you, Soul Family. Keep your vibrations high, high, high as you can.
it.
And don't forget about the homework. And Maree, do you have anything for our tribe?
Yeah, Jasper has been yelling at me, going, he wants to actually show us or bring through. There's this apparently this beautiful pale blue frequency and energy and vibration coming in. Oh, and he's saying just really open up to it, really allow this beautiful frequency to come in into your heart, which is going to bring us into a place of deeper compassion and not just for ourselves, but for everything. And he said it's going to really release something in people. He's just showing me all this now. So just see it and just be open to absorbing and taking through this beautiful frequency that's coming in. Yeah. Oh, feels gorgeous. So yeah, just have a play with that as well when you're doing your other play work.
Okay,
So
wonderful. Thank you, Jazzy. We love you.
yes. All
All right,
right.
everybody. Thank you so much. And we see you. Have a great weekend. We'll see you Monday.
Bye.
Bye bye.